All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Okay. Please. Whoops. Hold on. This is. And whoops, how do I get this? I try to monitor the chat here. I lost the. Okay, here. Okay, so do you get the updated version of the handouts? I have a new page with some AI-generated Chinese brush painting style hummingbirds for reference. So we'll do some practice to warm up with the stroke. You see, I use a large brush so you can see better, I think. And this is my sketch kit. I do live drawings outdoors. Like even in my garden, I can carry around everything in this bag with the ink. But we'll just use water to start with. So we'll try the number 3 wrist brush first. Okay, you can use a smaller one, doesn't matter. I'll show you the strokes first. Okay, the hummingbird is very tiny, so I'm gonna paint a little larger so you can see. Let's see, we'll do one on the right corner first. So I just painted the silhouette first, the profile. If you want to, you can come closer to my table. Okay, so you can start from the head if you want. The head is like this shape. To exaggerate, it's like with a little hook. This area is for the eye, right? We normally do that. So the forehead is pretty flat. Don't make the birds like this, okay? To exaggerate, it's like the quotation mark. How do you say that? Yeah. So that's the eye, and the body. Their back and like we have learned before, like other birds, the chest is white, right? The back is green or blue, darker. It's facing it's camouflage, I think, and it has an oval-shaped bodies, and the proportion of this and this is about 1 to 2. So this is roughly 2. So they have proportionally a large head. And then the tail, when they're folded, it's like this, just a triangle shape. But when they open, it's like this. There's a what do you call this feather? The same as the back. I call it bridge or something. It's connected to the back. So the shoulder. Okay. So this profile is very distinctive from other birds. And when they're hovering in the air, you will see them like almost they can like a helicopter. They stop in the mid-air, like this. So it's pretty clear, and then they have a blurry wings like that. Mm-hmm. So this is what our eye sees. But if you take a picture with a high-speed camera or video camera, yeah, you'll see all the feathers like that, But we don't experience that in our real life. So I will show you how to do the blurry wings. But it's good to learn. I try to train AI model to do the blurry one. The best they can do is like that instead of this. This one is, I think they just convert from a realistic photograph into stylize it into watercolor, and this one add ink strokes, not so authentic, but this one is pretty good. Some strokes are good, so we can make them better. And I've done this like 15 years ago, I don't remember. And this one also in more than 10 years ago. And this one, I have the videos showing you the strokes, right? And also this one. So let me show you the wing stroke. So you each stroke you have like a beginning. And the middle section and then ending, right? Just like if you write a dash. But in painting, we need to make it the beginning part not necessarily pointed or rounded. It could be even in writing, if you want to write a stroke like this, a square start, what you do is you use the tip of the brush, quickly define that edge. It could be a slant, like this. So you just go like that, and then you press along that edge, see, to fan it out. Okay, that's the starting. We just concentrate on the starting part. So if you want to do a wing that has a like this shape, so you would start with like an opposite movement, and then go pressing, and then lift. Okay, if it's flat, you just do like a vertical start, and you kind of pressing and make it fan out like that. You cannot really make a angular start, but that's the idea. Or sometimes we just go the opposite. So the reason you go opposite is to create the tension or the resilience. So the brush tip should be behind the stroke, the direction of the stroke. Not like this, right? You cannot do like that. But unless you want to make it very rough texture, usually we pull the brush. But you can push a little bit to start and then pull like that. If you want to paint the wing in multiple strokes, you can do like this, like a pressing, from no pressure, just like airplane landing, and then taking off quickly. Just touch it down. So it's like you write the Chinese character for. See, I sometimes I just keep the tip flat. You can use your fingertips to do that. in painting feather, it's very common that you shape the brush. And this brush is still, believe me, is different than a special made like an oil brush, the flat one, because it's still can do more versatile things. So, but it's very narrow. Basically, if you have the watercolor paper, watercolor brush, they cut it, so you cannot form this line. The fine line is like this, like this. You can draw, a fine line like that, and then you use the white side to fill that. So you can combine a fine line and what do you call this, fan out to create a defined edge and a soft edge also. And you can also just draw feathers like that. It's similar to this stroke, or you paint the press stroke, press. What about, you can see in AI, they did something like this. This is like lifting. It's also okay, but don't press too hard, just lifting. So it could also be done like this, soft start. So basically you have a soft start and soft ending, but with a little bit variation. So it's not like too casual, it should be a little bit more adhere to the shape. It's like the feather shape, like this. So you just do it in one stroke. So with a flat tip, the flat tip cannot be done with a dry brush, right? So you wet the brush first. And then you squeeze out most of the moisture. See, that's how easy it is. It's damp. So you can make it pointed if you want, or make it flat. So I always was asked to where they can get this kind of brush, because they see some Chinese artists do watercolor with this long, large brush. They use a flat tip. We don't sell that brush. You just use it this way and this way to use the flat side or the chisel side like this to get fine lines. The advantage of using flat tip is that you can hold it very low, and you can draw a very long line without very press and lifting to get a very even line. If you use a sharp tip brush, it's kind of hard to keep it in this, smooth, in same width. That's and you can use, instead of using the side brush like this, because normally we use a combination of a tip, concealed stroke, and a side brush stroke, right? Like this. The color variation is different. With the flat tip brush stroke, the color is more consistent. It's not varied. Okay, if you load the brush with a different tone, it may vary over time. But so that's a different kind of stroke. Flat tip is brush. Very common among academic trained artists. They like to use this to paint realistic style, or what do we call the academic style, I'll say. Okay, so I will show you what kind of stroke we do. And another thing is the control of moisture of bleeding on raw paper, on raw or unsized shrimp paper. Let's try first without it, because I know most of you may not have the glue. We have the gelatin or peach sap. That's for a saver for beginners, maybe. My teacher also used that. Okay, yeah. Ancient masters like Xu Wei in the Ming Dynasty invented this. Let me show you. First of all, we just use water. No. Let me see. Oh, you want to take a chair here? I know it will take a while. Maybe. Just help yourself. Okay. So you can use a smaller brush, like a soft or combination brush, because stiff brush may be too sharp to form a flat tip. Okay, this is a combination brush. Let me show you. You can easily just squeeze out some water. Oops, you see this? Water got smeared. Okay, it really smears. And maybe you can see better if I just put on the black color felt. Just use water, so you see how smearing it is. Just clean water. Yeah, let's just try. No, it's not too bad. See, if I control the moisture, you can buy pretty much enough time to manipulate pressing. So really, you don't want any extra moisture like dripping, and you don't want it too dry, because if it's too dry, it makes the birds look like too rugged. I don't like that kind of feel, you want to keep it neat. So let's just try. I dip a little dark color, just see how we can do. Let me see. I just do a wing, okay? Just like using the chisel side. You can use the chisel side. Just draw a line, and then let me see. We'll just use the rest of the color. Okay, and the back, and this fan out tail. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Now I need to change tones. I just take some ink out. See, I use paper towel and just squeeze out, make it flat again, just like that. The shape is not really good enough. Okay, so I just make it even drier and just do another ghost wing overlapping. And this is too dark, right? We just learn. I will do next time. I'll just do like something like this: dry brush on wet. I think that's what I did with the handout. You see, I just kind of, this is clean water, right? I just paint wet into wet. Dry brush, just very dry brush, like half overlapping, half. See, that's, you can paint on this. This is how we do the bumbling bees. Yeah. So maybe we'll do the light first and then dark later. This too hard. Doesn't look like the blurry wings. So just experiment. Get familiarized with the absorbency and the bleeding. And let me just use this smaller brush to finish just practice the beak. The beak has to be done with the tip of the brush and pressing. You can also go the other way, lifting. But see, the eye is behind it's pretty big eye, proportionally. And the male one has this gogget. It's the shining. What is it called? iridescent. How to say that?
It's tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. Iridescent. Yeah, like that. And then the belly. Oh, there's no feet. No leg. It's a very tiny claw. Hidden like under, tuck it in. Let me just finish with a dry brush. On wet dry brush, and then you can use your finger to feel it. Just draw something like that. Okay. Let me show you on the white paper. So this. This is the other side. So the tail has two sides, 4 each, maybe 5, but total is 10 tail feathers. But you don't have to count them. But it's not long, not too long. This fan out. Okay, let me show you how to use the glue. First of all, we can add some ready-made gelatin. Gelatin and peach sap can be alternative to each other. So I just use some. So instead of using water, you can just put. Let me see. I just resituate the dry ink here, so you can mix with it. The ideal proportion is 1, 2, 3. 1 portion of glue and 2 portion of ink, but it could be. It cannot be measured really, so you can see if it's enough or not. If not, we can add some peach sap. Let me see. Okay, peach sap. Or just mix them. You can use just one, but since I have the consistencies for I think what was I used for? Oh, for China Chen pouring ink. Remember that? So we just use some. You can share. I can share with you guys. Okay, I'll just put it in the back. I can share this here. Oops, I got some spear. You can use it like a pigment. Just let's see if I can. It's not good to stick on the papers. So I usually use my fingertip to grind. Oops. It's got a just like that. It's probably too sticky. You can see it won't smear here. See, so compared to that, you can even paint on the wet. Right. So it's very helpful if you do very diluted, like ghost wings here, to control the bleeding. So this will make things much easier. Let me show you. This brush is not completely soaked. Let me just add some water. It will tend to split if the brush is still dry. It tend to split. Right, but I got the glue there. This is probably too heavy glued, it will make the paper a little bit difficult to mount maybe. So we dilute it with some more water. So you want to balance the fluidity, the flow with the bleeding. So you don't want to overuse that. I see some people use it almost like make it like a yogurt. It's too much. You probably need just milk. Yeah. See, this okay. Let's do 2 wings, so it's easier to do now. 1, 2. I'll just go with 1 stroke. So you can go pretty slow, and you can use, instead of, I'll just use the light part of the brush to just, you get familiar with the brush, just like it become your finger, so you can feel it, the parts. So I just use the chisel side, and then I draw this really dark head. Oh, I would do a neck, because I see many artists or students, they painted the birds with very short neck. The hummingbird has a pretty long neck. So yeah. It has a white circle around the eye. See, this paper just becomes so tamed. You see, no bleeding, right? But if you don't have any glue, can you do that? No, right? So that's the reason you use this. And let me just use a different brush. Instead of washing I use the large brush for the feather exclusively. So this is the eye. I leave a little highlight in the middle, maybe. And the beak. The beak is like a tube. The male hummingbird has a longer bill. Why? Because they feed the youngsters. Because
it's so cute.
Thank you. Thank you, Wawa. Are you familiar with hummingbirds in your garden? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you want to control a little bit moisture and make a. This is a very challenge. The direction, first of all, is a little. It's not the same as the body. If you draw a middle line in the body, so the beak has an angle, right? Mm-hmm. You notice that it turns to the left a little bit. So let's just do the tip and gradually press a little bit. Stop before the eye, and then just you don't have to fill in all the space, but just very suggestively. Okay, and then print some dark scale, I call it. Yeah. Just under the throat, the shady part. Just like that. Okay, and then go back to the light brush. Let me just use this. Just leftover here, and did I start recording? Let me see. I think I forgot this. Oh, I'm recording. It scared me.
It's recording.
It's a recording. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So just it has a lighting effect, so we don't mind. We usually just do this part is actually more substantial, just like that, soft towards the back. And then the back is a different color, right? Then you can use some dark again. And this is more defined usually.